Thanks to a little bit of 1980s 8-bit styling mixed with some seriously impressive new-era electrification, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 dazzles as a fast-charging SUV with a notable driving range. The Ioniq 5 is among the first EVs to earn a place on our 10 best trucks and SUVs list. The lineup spans a 168 horsepower, single-motor, rear-drive Ioniq 5 with an estimated 220 miles of range up to a 320 horsepower, all-wheel drive, dual-motor unit with an estimated 266 miles of range. The big range, single-motor, rear-drive model with 303 miles of range is among the farthest driving EVs sold today for under $60,000. Its 350 kilowatts DC fast charging capacity is the real hero, though, enabling charging speeds as quick as those offered by far more expensive and luxurious EVs such as the Porsche Taycan and Lucid Air. Inside the Ioniq 5, there's plenty of room, with more rear passenger space than both the Ford Mustang Mach-E and Volkswagen ID.4. With a wide spread of pricing and range availability, the Ioniq 5 makes a compelling choice for anyone taking the first swing at EV ownership. As the Ioniq 5 just debuted last year, Hyundai makes subtle equipment changes, but enough to bump the car's EPA rating higher in a few areas. All-wheel drive models now get an EPA estimated 266 miles of range, up from last year's 256-mile rating. They also now have slightly higher MPG ratings. A battery heating system and preconditioning function are now standard on all models. Finally, on the chance you need tow something with the Ioniq 5, know that the maximum tow rating for SAL and limited models is up to 2,300 pounds. Going big will get you home when it comes to the 2023 Ioniq 5. That's why we'd recommend the rear-drive SAL trim, with an EPA estimated 303 miles of range and 225 horsepower for well under $50,000. It comes standard with artificial leather upholstery, a hands-free power liftgate, ambient interior lighting, a heated steering wheel, wireless charging, and more. EV motor, power, and performance. The Ioniq 5 has an electric-only powertrain that's available in multiple potencies. The standard range battery paired with a single, rear-mounted electric motor generates 168 horsepower. With the longer range battery, the rear-drive configuration generates 225 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, which Hyundai says will propel the Ioniq 5 to 60 miles per hour in 7.4 seconds. The all-wheel drive version is much more powerful, with 320 horses and a substantial 446 pound-feet, and quicker too. It catapulted to 60 miles per hour in 4.5 seconds at our test track. The Ioniq 5 we drove demonstrated its smoothness on a variety of road surfaces, and its wide for an EV tires combined with a low center of gravity made it feel athletic going side to side. We only wish its steering provided more feedback and the suspension was a smidge firmer. Range, charging, and battery life. With the standard 58.0 kilowatt-hour battery pack, the Ioniq 5 is estimated to provide 220 miles of range. The larger 77.4 kilowatt-hour pack is rated at 266 miles with dual motors and 303 miles with a single motor. The dual-motor model went 210 miles on a full charge on our 75 miles per hour real-world range test. When it comes to charging, Hyundai says the larger battery can be replenished from 10 to 80% in around 18 minutes when plugged into a DC fast charger. They also said it can add 68 miles in about 5 minutes. We tested this claim and confirmed that the Ioniq 5 can indeed be charged this quickly. Fuel economy and real-world MPG. The Ioniq 5 with the long-range battery and rear-wheel drive has a combined EPA rating of 114 MPG. Adding all-wheel drive drops that estimate to 101 MPG, up from 98 last year. With rear-wheel drive and the standard range battery, the battery electric SUV is expected to get 113 MPG combined. The dual-motor Ioniq 5 we tested on our 75 miles per hour highway route, which is part of our extensive testing regimen, went 210 miles on a single charge. Interior, comfort, and cargo. While not as artsy as the cabin teased by the Hyundai 45 concept, the Ioniq 5's interior boasts a tech-savvy space with a digitized dashboard and a heavy dose of eco-friendly materials. A head-up display with augmented reality that can project navigation directions on the windshield is just one fanciful feature. The compact crossover also takes advantage of its all-electric packaging, with a completely flat floor for maximum passenger and cargo space. The front seats also recline and incorporate footrests, which will let folks relax while the Ioniq is charging. With a wheelbase that's longer than the 3-row Hyundai Palisade, the 5 has ample front and rear seat passenger room. Its large center console has lots of storage space, and on top-spec limited trims, it slides back and forth between the front seats. We also managed to fit 6 carry-on bags behind the back seats, 20 with the seatback stowed. For reference, the hybrid Hyundai Tucson compact SUV maxed out at 22. Infotainment and connectivity. Hyundai says the Ioniq sub-brand emphasizes connected living, and the Ioniq 5 has a host of innovative infotainment and connectivity features. A 12.0-inch touchscreen shares a panel on the dash with a 12.0-inch digital gauge cluster, but the former acts as a hub for all things entertainment. This includes advanced voice recognition software, as well as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, Apple and Android smartphone integration requires wires. Stay tuned to Auto RBX for all the latest, and let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.